everyone. Welcome to week 6. This week we are working on creating our project statement. So we're really kind of fleshing out what our project is this week. And there's a lot of required readings. I really just kind of want to... So your assignment is to write a project statement for your business. And you're going to start beginning to explore Figma. Because that's what you're going to be creating this website in and designing the homepage. So I just wanted to point out some few things. There are tutorials here in Figma under the required readings for week 6. And then I have this video that I really want you to watch. It is a really good video and it is like 30 minutes and it's important to understand what a creative brief is and what a project statement is, so then you understand what you're designing. And it kind of helps you kind of hone in on what it is that you're creating. And since we've had these few weeks to kind of think about what, if you're doing, some of you are doing a dog grooming business, some of you are doing, some of you are doing a, what else? Who else? An app for, or no, Smashway Burger. You're doing a website for Smashway Burger. A lot of you are doing really great projects. So I want you to watch that video. I want you to think about what a project statement is. And so your homework this week, you're not designing anything. You already made a few designs. Here is the lecture that I kind of want to discuss. A creative brief is a project. A creative brief provides a strategic plan at the start of a project. Project statements provide a summary of solutions at the end of a project. And case studies, which is what you're making in this class for me, it provides a detailed analysis of the project for archival or just for your purposes, PR or getting a job. It really just displays your design thinking. And so that's what I'm trying to get you to do, is create a creative brief for your dog grooming company, right? Your friend's dog grooming company. Or a burger restaurant. Any business needs a brief. And basically, you're connecting objectives with strategies. You're building, you're aligning expectations of what the client wants, and you're defining clear, measurable goals. So here is the questions, and this is also in your assignment. These are the questions that I want you to ask yourself before, as you write down this brief. Who are we talking to? Who is your audience? What is the measure of success? What are we trying to do? We're trying to create a new website because their old website sucks or whatever. Why should anyone believe this? Why should they like that? Why do we need it? Do we need it? No. Do we need it? What is the need? Does the business want to rebrand themselves because they're not getting enough clients or whatever that is? Your friend who's doing the dog grooming company, she wants to get more clients. So that's why you're going to create a website for her. What tone of voice should be used? If it was something like we were designing for kids, maybe we would have a different kind of tone. But, so you need to figure out who your target audience is and, what kind of media are we using? We're going to create a website in Figma and make our designs. Or we're going to make a website in Wix, which you can also do. I still want you to learn Figma. I still want you to play around with Figma. I still want you to do the tutorials in Figma. Here's an idea of what a creative brief looks like. So basically there's a little bit of a background, then we define the target audience. In this creative brief, it is males 18 to 30. So who are you designing for? And project statements usually are the end, but we're kind of already doing, this is basically a project statement. But it talks about the problem and the challenges and how you came to your solutions. So that's why it's usually done at the end. So you have the company, the problem, the opportunity, and the solution. So even if you do those 4, here is a project statement for Sasquatch Music Festival. This is from Seattle. They have a really cool music festival there. But so their audience are music goers, right? And they're trying to make merch available. So what are your goals? What are you trying to sell and to who? So anyway, that is pretty much it. And then the case study is what you're making for me right now. So a case study allows readers to get detailed and comprehensive information about a project and may help them to understand what was accomplished. Many case studies will include the details, and that's what we're working on right now. So right now we're at the very beginning of the case study. You guys have been making little bits, working on logos and thumbnail sketches in Photoshop and Illustrator, and now we're getting into the nitty-gritty with Figma and creating your real case study, which is your final due in this class. So it's just a useful document because a lot of people, when you make large-scale projects, a lot of people are involved. You're not the only one. So it's important to have a documentation of what you're trying to do, and so you can hand somebody. And it's maybe sometimes you're working with a team that's in India and doesn't speak the same language, but it's really great to be able to hand them designs and a case study to be like, this is what I'm trying to achieve. So that's why we make case studies as designers. And your final case study, which you don't have to worry about yet, but this is going to be the very final for this class. I want your creative brief, which you're making this week. We're going to do, and I want the client background. I want a list of services provided. I want some screenshots. I want client testimonials, and it could contain that or not for the case study. It just depends what I require, but that's kind of the recap of creative briefs, project statements, and case studies. Yeah, so that's what you're doing this week. Watch that video and make a case study. If you go to the assignment here, you can see under assignments of week 6. So this is where the video is. It's down below in required reading. So make sure you watch that video. It'll actually clarify a lot for you. Your assignment is here. Oops, I gotta fix that. And basically, I just want you to answer questions in the assignment. So, yeah. Okay, cool. So, yeah, that's what I want you to do. Hope you have a great week, and I'll talk to you soon. Oh, wait, here's your assignment. Hold on, let me find it. 6. Create a project statement. So you're going to come up with these questions, and you're going to answer these questions. Okay? All right, talk to you later. Bye.